Warmly welcome to Exploring Miracles. I am exploring the lessons in A Course in Miracles by reading parts from the lessons and doing my best to reflect on the text as I go. We have come to lesson number 129. Beyond this world, there is a world I want. This is the thought that follows from the one we practiced yesterday. You cannot stop with the idea the world is worthless, for unless you see that there is something else to hope for, you will only be depressed. Our emphasis is not on giving up the world, but on exchanging it for what is far more satisfying, filled with joy, and capable of offering you peace. Think you this world can offer that to you? Before I proceed, I will have a quick glance at what actually lesson number 128 said. Not the whole, but it says, "The world I see holds nothing that I want." And just short, the lesson on 128 pointed out that it is very tempting to react and to be in reaction, actually. There is some kind of twisted reward in that. We all know that. We are familiar with it. Judging and also achieving and winning and comparing and wanting and wishing, and when I have this I will be happy, and that, and it can change. 1 hour I want this and the other hour that, or I'm in a marriage, I will not be in a marriage, or I will change jobs, and that world is not stable. We also know that by now. So what was the practice yesterday? It was all this, the mind's hunger for events and happenings and stuff. That is temptations, but this will not tempt me to delay myself. The world I see holds nothing that I want. So the previous lesson points out the illusory nature of the world we think we must live in. And here we go, shifting from one perspective to another. Sorry for that long extension. All right, paragraph 2. It might be worth a little time to think once more about the value of this world, that is the illusory world. Perhaps you will concede there is no loss in letting go all thought of value here. The world you see is merciless indeed, unstable, cruel, unconcerned with you, quick to avenge, and pitiless with hate. It gives but rescind, and takes away all things that you have cherished for a while. That's the unstable nature of it. That's, no lasting love is found, for none is here. This is the world of time, where all things end. And I agree so much with the first paragraph that pointed out that if we think that that ending world, illusory world, where nothing is to rely on, quite a depressing thought. But we don't have to be depressed. Let's rejoice. Paragraph 3. Is it a loss to find a world instead where losing is impossible, where love endures forever, hate cannot exist, and vengeance has no meaning? Is it lost to find all things you really want and know they have no ending, and they will remain exactly as you want them throughout time? Yet Even they will be exchanged at last for what we cannot speak of, for you go from there to where words fail entirely, into a silence where the language is unspoken and yet surely understood. Wonderful. A world beyond concepts, a world of true happiness, true safety, true love, no worries. And we will still be alive and kicking. That's good. Paragraph 4. Communication, unambiguous and plain as day, remains unlimited for all eternity, and God himself speaks to his Son, and his Son speaks to him. Their language has no words, for what they say cannot be symbolized. Their knowledge is direct and wholly shared and wholly one. How far away from this are you who stay bound to this world? And yet how near are you when you exchange it for the world you want? So we are going to exchange the world we think we live in, the dense, conditioned world full of suffering. We don't have to live like that. And I will jump a bit. It's a long lesson. And I will just point out before I do the jump to another paragraph that this is about choosing. It's not about dreaming, living in la la land, wishful thinking, being naive and it doesn't exist, the suffering and the happenings and the wars. We know it's happening, but that is not the whole truth. We accept that we don't have the whole picture of things. That is the way I look at this when I'm learning, when I'm a student of this. So paragraph 7. Practice your willingness to make this change 10 minutes in the morning and at night, and once more in between. So 3 times. Begin with this. Beyond this world, there is a world I want. I choose to see that world instead of this, for here is nothing that I really want. Then close your eyes upon the world you see, and in the silent darkness watch the lights that are not of this world light one by one, until where one begins another ends, loses all meaning as they blend in one. Yeah, we are going into another world here, and we are still staying humans. That's a guarantee. Paragraph 9, the last paragraph. Now do we understand there is no loss, for we have seen its opposite at last, and we are grateful that the choice is made. Remember your decision hourly and take a moment to confirm your choice by laying whatever thoughts you have and dwelling briefly upon this. The world I see holds nothing that I want. Beyond this world, there is a world I want. I will try to make it's a long lesson, important lesson. Just a short reflection that the lessons previous to these lessons lesson number 105, 125, 126, and 127. What did they tell us? I will, maybe I can read them just briefly, because I think it's important to remember that. Lesson number 125. In quiet, I receive God's word today, and the practice. We are going deeper and deeper into the knowledge and the identity of divinity, the divine true self. And lesson number 126. All that I give is given to myself. There we were reminded of our divine nature, the possibility, not a possibility, it's not a good word, the reality of our divine nature, that if we choose, we are that. So that is what I give: love, light, um, a good wish, everything that is joy, I also experience. Every reaction I experience. So I be in the divine light, not in the dark judging light mode, because then I will experience that. So there, okay, I think everyone gets it. Lesson 127. There is no love but God's. Again, the divine nature that is yours, mine, everyone's. So we were assured before we went into these two lessons, where we let go of the world we think we have to live in, the life we think we have to live, the way we do, letting go, letting go. And we couldn't do that if we are afraid that there is nothing else, because what will there be? We know what we are, so we can leave that behind and move into this other world of what we truly are. And that is much more fun. That is the world and the me and the you that can never be threatened. Thank you very much for stopping by, taking your time and sharing this with me. Thank you. See you soon.